just like to start, I think growth can be a hot topic in this community. A lot of us in the room been here a long time. This slide shows, we adopted a general plan in 2005. The planning division will be updating it, starting an update this year. The horizon for the general plan was 2005 to 2023, and the forecasted projected growth rate for the plan is 3.4%. This slide shows in the red what our actual, that's Department of Finance information on what our population is. And then the blue line shows what was forecasted in our general plan. I think we all know we had a sewer moratorium that halted housing construction. And then on the heels of the lifting of the moratorium, we had the foreclosure crisis. So our housing production didn't match what we forecasted. So it's just, this is just information. These are employment forecasts that were prepared by the Association of Monterey Bay Area Governments. This regional planning agency does periodic forecasts for transportation planning and for the Monterey Bay Unified Air Pollution Control District. And it's just comparing the forecast from 2008 to 2014. What's optimistic to me about this is that the forecasts are that we would have more employment than they forecasted in 2008. So even though our housing has been lagging behind the forecast, it looks like our employment is coming up. This is, we contract for services to get quarterly sales tax report. This is something that you can see online. It's on our homepage. It's prepared by HDL, and it's showing that for comparing the third quarter of 2016 to 15, our sales tax is up in the sectors shown here on the graphic. If you also have trouble finding it, call me and I'll help you find, or I'll email you the report. These are our top 25 sales tax producers for that quarter. And we have a lot of businesses. This is not every business that opened up in 2016, but these are some of them that opened up with the last year. I don't know if you know that the city of Hollister partnered with San Diego County and San Batista to pay for the preparation of a wayfinding sign program. The city council accepted the plan last May, and in December they provided budget funding to construct wayfinding signs in around Hollister. They'll be fabricated by city staff, and we have offered the county to fabricate the signs for them if they can find the funding for their signs. It will be for major destinations, also for governmental offices. We hear a lot in our office, they come into our office here on 5th Street and they're trying to find the courthouse, they're trying to find the assessor's office, they don't know where things are. So part of this will have some kiosk signs at places to help people find their way around and to major destinations in the area. So here's a trivia question. When they changed Pinnacle's National Monument to a park, do you think that part of the legislation sponsored by former Congressman Farr cited economic development as one of the goals?
No.
No?
Yes, yes.
It was. And I learned this from the superintendent, Karen Beppler-Dorn. She secured a grant, a community Rails to Trails grant, to hire a person to help the gateway communities learn how to derive economic development because that's part of the legislation mandates that they do that. And so their visitation is about 215,055 people coming, and what she's shared with us at these Pinnacle Gateway Partner meetings is that she talks about the I Love Lucy show where there's a conveyor belt and she's trying to keep up with the chocolates. Well, little Karen will tell you that the chocolates are going by, they're going to the park and they're going back home, but we're not getting them into our communities very well. So one of the byproducts of this grant is there's the fledgling formation of the Pinnacle Gateway Partners. We're still sorting out the name, but we're meeting with Julie is a key key stakeholder with this organization, and we're meeting with the chambers or stakeholders in Soledad, King City, now Greenfield's starting to come on board, San Juan Bautista, and we're trying to be not in competition with one another, but to work together to brand our area, to encourage people. One of the things that we're learning from the park, and there's always an educational component at the park about what's going on at Pinnacles, and I think Julie knows this, she does this all the time when she talks to say somebody going to Casa de Fruta or something like that, that if you wanna have a good experience at Pinnacles, go on the weekday. You'll have the park to yourself. If you go between 10 and 2 on the weekend, it's slammed. They're busy. And so they have a resource to protect. I think it doesn't help us if people have a bad experience when they go to Pinnacles, because they won't want to come back. So what we're trying to do is work together. We'll have a meeting here at City Hall. We rotate the location of our meetings, but our next meeting will be March 16th at City Hall from 10 to 12. And the community's welcome to come. Anybody can be a partner. And what we're trying to do though is say, if you want to hike, if you're coming to the area and you want to do hikes, hike up Pinnacles on the weekdays, and on the weekend go to the Anza Trail, go to Fremont Peak. There's other places you can hike. We're trying to put together like our secret gems, our favorite places, a list of those. So that might be some of the restaurants in our community, or
shopping at Big Five, you know, for sporting goods, you know,
Yeah,
just to
it
get
just-
people to stop in Target or somewhere to buy
Yeah.
a tent or something.
so that's, so, again, you're welcome to come. And if you want, I could share information with you, though. Somebody asked this morning, are the meetings ever in the evening? And yes, we are planning evenings in the meeting. This year, I think it will be in King City, because we recognize that not everybody can do that during the day. And so we do rotate around, and I find when I go to different communities, I'm learning different things. It's good networking. It's I mentioned earlier today that I met Fred Ledesma. He might be the mayor of Soledad, and he just opened a wine bar in Soledad. And I said, you want to open one in Hollister? And he said, I think I might like to. So perhaps we'll get our wine bar, and it will be with Fred's. We'll see. So I just wanted to say that as city staff, we are your public servants, but we can leverage a lot more with partnerships. And so these are some things that the city's participating with. There's the Economic Development Council, there's Gavilan College. They are available, they're interested in providing workforce training. And so if Judy's here, she's somebody you could talk to, but I think they're very interested in trying to help grow businesses. I think we heard recently that somebody speaking about economic development said that it's exciting to get that big business to come in, but really it's better to just try and grow what you have, to help your businesses that are here expand. And so I think Gavilan can be a good partner that way with workforce training. With the Hollister Downtown Association, partners with the city on a lot of things, multiple levels. The Chamber, Olive Festival, so there's, and then I just wanted to mention the Small Business Development Center can review business plans. If somebody's thinking about a business, they'll review that business plan. They can help you with trying to find bridge financing. And so they're a resource that's available here. There's some classes you do have to pay for, but the fees are pretty modest. And I guess so we thank you for your time.